back after a brief break. You're watching KTMV Channel 6 Time Warner with the Lopez family. And get involved. Early voting has already started, underway, February 16th through the 26th. And Election Day is March 1st. We've got a great lawyer, judge, and also running to be your next district judge. And that is Ina Klein. Welcome. How are you?
I'm great, Joe. Thank you for having me here.
Well, and thank you for coming on. You and I have known each other for a number of years.
Several years.
And I know David, your husband. He's a good lawyer. And you are also on a bench right now.
I am. Have been almost 3 years.
Wow. I can't believe time is on. And you're on the municipal bench right here in Corpus Christi.
Yes, sir. And I'm also responsible for the juvenile caseload for the city.
Really? Okay, so you're doing juvenile too. So one of the things that I wanted to ask you was, how is the bench for you right now? Are you loving what you do?
Absolutely. Every day. Nothing is ever the same. Every day brings its own success stories, its own challenges, new people. I feel like I'm making a difference. I love it.
And when we talk about you running now, do you have a primary opponent? Just to be clear for people in right now.
I do not have a primary opponent on the Republican ticket.
Okay, so we're looking at November, but coming out now, we'll remind people that you are the person that whomever wins in the primary here, and it's the 214th District Court.
Yes, sir.
Correct? And that is the 214th District Court does have an incumbent, but he's going against somebody in the Democratic primary. For those of you unindoctrinated into politics, that means they're going to have to battle it out. And then they face Judge Klein in November.
Yes, sir.
And what's the date in November for them
November
to just?
8th.
November 8th. And so let's talk a little bit about your education, training background, and where you grew up.
Absolutely. I'm an immigrant. My family came here when I was 14 years old with my 2-year-old brother.
From where?
From Russia.
Oh, wow.
I didn't speak a word of English. Learned English watching soap operas while watching my brother.
Bold and the Beautiful or what?
General Hospital, all my life.
All right,
whatever
General
channels
Hospital.
were there.
Yeah.
So for a while, my English was quite interesting, very dramatic. Went to high school, graduated from high school in Rhode Island. Went to college in the suburbs of Boston, Brandeis University. Both of my parents are in science field, so when I went to college, the choices were biology, physics, neuroscience. So I majored in biology, the least scientific science I could pick. When I was in my 3rd year, I recalled how when I was still a little girl, I've always wanted to be in the law. Now, when I was in Russia, that was something that was absolutely forbidden. My parents were both practicing their religion. Religion in Russia was forbidden, and the penalty, the punishment was similar to that of a murderer.
Wow.
So my parents were blacklisted. I would have been blacklisted from going to college. So in my 3rd year of college here, when I was about to finish my required classes for the science major, I went to my parents and said, I really want to go to law school. And my father said, well, how about this? A year of therapy, and if it doesn't help, then we'll talk law school.
I like your father's sense of humor. Yeah.
So I went to law school in Boston and finished law school. Actually loved being in law school, loved being challenged. While in law school, in my 1st year of law school, I became a United States citizen. And to anybody who's gone through this, it truly is your other birthday.
Yes.
As an immigrant, I don't take things that many others may take for granted, like your rights. And I'm very aware of it.
Right.
When I got out of law school, I first worked for a civil law firm. While in law school, I interned as a public defender. And then my husband and our daughter moved to Texas. So I wasn't born in Texas, but I got here as soon as I could. When I came to Texas, I took the Texas bar and started working at the DA's office.
Here in Nueces County.
Yes, sir. Carlos Valdez gave me my first job here in Texas, and I became a prosecutor, and I prosecuted misdemeanor crimes first, and then was transferred to the felony courts, and I started out in Judge Watts' court and was assigned to many different judges.
And let me tell you, with Judge Watts, excellent judge, and let me tell you, like the trains in Chicago, I mean, she runs on time. 8 is 8. or 759 and 1259, you know.
8:15 means 8:10.
Yeah, okay, gotcha.
Absolutely.
And so you worked with her how many years?
2 years assigned to Judge Watts, felony prosecutor, tried 39 jury trials in 1 year.
Oh, wow.
Rocket docket. That's what it's
Really,
called.
really. So how many would you say, how many trials have you done?
Jury trials over 100.
Oh, wow. Okay, and I remember once you asked me on some medical issues that you had, and you had a, I guess the sexual assault nurse
Yes, sir.
was absent, and you know, my brother and I both are RNs. My mom is an RN, so we kind of have it in our blood there, if you will. And the other, you know, so when you try those cases, what are the worst cases that you try?
The children cases are very difficult. They're not the worst cases because you actually feel like you're allowing these children to move forward.
Yeah.
You're allowing them to regain control. And being a prosecutor is amazing. You are in a position to walk a victim, somebody who's been injured, somebody who's been hurt. You can walk them into a courtroom and introduce them to the jury, and on their way out, empower them. Who else can do that?
Yeah.
It's an amazing place to learn the law, to meet people, to remember always why you're in this field.
Now you're running against an incumbent that's, I guess he's on number 5 as far as his 5th time he's been up and elected. You know, but the county is changing. It's not just Democrat, you know, and pulling the lever anymore. It's really hotly contested. Even Hispanics are, a lot of Hispanics are saying, you know, it used to be get in the back of the truck, this is how you're going to vote, and here's a taco and a cup of coffee, and this is how you're going to vote, and that's changed. So you're even campaigning now, right? You're seeing that.
I am absolutely campaigning, but I'm glad you brought up the politics. I'm glad you brought up Democrats and Republicans. I'm not familiar with how it was before, but what I do know is it's a judicial race. And while I'm running on a Republican ticket, as a judge, you don't care about who comes in front of you, whether they're Democrat, Republican, black, white, Hispanic. All you care about is that it's a person who came to court to see you, the public servant, and they're there for you to follow the law and to give them the hearing and to apply that law.
And you're not going to give Democrats a harder sentence? No,
Absolutely
that's,
not.
That's, you know, it's not like the blue side or the red side in the courtroom,
Politics
right?
has no place in the courtroom.
Yeah. Unfortunately, Texas judges have to run, you know, and a lot of people don't realize that. So a lot of people are going to say, look, Longoria is tough on crime. He's not backed up on his log. You know, but to get to that position, then they'll go, okay, well, if she doesn't say anything's wrong with him, I guess we'll vote for him the 5th time. So it's going to come out, might as well now. What criticisms do you have of that judge, and why should you replace him?
Why should I replace him? As far as being hard on the criminals, I'm a former prosecutor. I've spent years prosecuting all kinds of crimes, murders, crimes against children, domestic violence. I'm passionate about it. I'm passionate about making people whole. I've been a judge for the past 3 years. I've been a civil attorney. I've been, before I went to law school, I worked as a legal secretary. I know the field. I want to bring new ideas. I want to bring respect to everybody who comes in the courtroom in front of me. I'm a known quality. People have met me when I was a prosecutor. People know me now as a judge. I have the proper judicial temperament. If I don't know the law, I look up the law. I'm not afraid to say I don't know something. And I can pledge and guarantee to everybody that I will give everybody their hearing. I will follow the law, and I will respectfully treat everybody in the courtroom.
And for those who say, look, she's been a prosecutor and then she's a judge, aren't you swayed more one way or the other if they come at you like that? Because a lot of people don't know. They'll say, aren't you just going to be harder on crime, or you're going to be more with that? And there's been criticism of other judges that were former prosecutors saying they're more towards the victim and not giving reasonable doubt, or, you know, something like that. So how do you respond to people that ask a question like that, which is legitimate, that you go from being a prosecutor to a judge? Are you even going to think about the accused?
Actually, I started out being a public defender.
Yes.
Then I became a civil attorney. Then I became a prosecutor, and now I'm a judge.
So you've seen it from all sides.
Absolutely. I've been assigned to multiple different courts, have seen different states of how people practice in different states, how judges work in different states, specialized caseloads in some courts, non-specialized caseloads. In the Northeast, judges are appointed. Here they're elected. It's a new set of eyes. It's new ideas.
But you've been here a long time now, knocking on those doors. We play in San Pat, a little bit in Clayburgh and Jim Wells, and especially here in Oasis. You're knocking on those doors right now and just saying, hey, my name is Ina Klein, I want your vote. Why should they vote for you and not the one who wins the primary here, be it the judge that's sitting or Deborah Rios or whoever you face? Why should they vote for you and not for them?
Because of the background I bring, because of the experience I bring, because of my temperament, judicial temperament, because of the fact that I have been in every field of the law that would come in front of me. And I promise to everybody that my treatment will be the fair treatment and that everybody who comes in front of me will get a hearing.
Well, very well said. What's the magic number to contact you if they want a yard sign, get involved with your campaign, T-shirts, anything?
The best number is area code 361-673-1661. I'm on Facebook, and my website is www.inaklein.com.
That's easy. 673-1661,
Yes, sir.
inaklein.com. Get involved, and she will be seeing you throughout the spring, summer, and also campaigning in November hard for your vote. To those that are on the fence, that are Democrats that saying, I don't know, I mean, this Trump guy, and I don't know if I should vote Republican. I think it would be a mistake. To them, what would you tell them?
I'm not a politician. I am a concerned citizen. I'm a mom, a wife, and somebody who wants to follow the law. Judicial race is not a political race.
673-1661, Ina Klein, that's INNAKLEIN.com. Right?
Absolutely.
Did I get that right?
You did.
And we're going to put everything on there with your Facebook and images.
Vote Ina Klein. She will bring integrity, justice, and compassion to the 214th District Court.